What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to your stimulus package update and daily news report for Wednesday, October 20th. Here's what's happening right now. First, the negotiations are going very well according to reports that we are getting closer to a deal. We have more details coming out from this human infrastructure bill. This was supposed to be that $3.5 trillion stimulus package. Well, according to President Biden, according to House Democrats, that bill has shrunk to anywhere from $1.75 trillion all the way up there to $1.9 trillion. That is the gap, $1.75 to $1.9 trillion. Here's what we know. Tuition-free community college is out. That is something that has already been axed. The SALT deductions, this is gone. This was something that many Democrats said, no SALT, no deal. However, they've actually gone back on that. Pre-K and childcare is still included. We know right now that anything for children in this bill is one of the priorities. The administration has said in order for the United States to be competitive, we need to have more education. We need to provide more for children. So that's exactly what they're going to do. President Biden has said we need to invest in our youth. So that's what he's doing. We know at this time the child tax credit payments are going to be cut. The hope is for 2 years. Originally, it was 4 years that we were going to see this bill expanded. However, went from 4 to hopefully 2. Chances are it will be most likely just 1. That's what we're hearing at this time. There will also be a reduced income limit. Senator Joe Manchin wants to see it at $60,000. The expectation is it will be somewhere between $60,000 and $100,000 for a family per year. So if you make more than that, according to Senator Joe Manchin, you do not need an additional $250 or $300 per month to help support your children. So we'll see what happens there. The CEPP, this is the Clean Electricity Performance Program. This most likely will be axed. This will most likely be cut, okay? But they are considering multiple alternatives. We do not know what those alternatives are at the moment. However, once we do, I promise I will fill you in on that update. We know that the paid family sick leave, medical leave, this is going to be included. This is one of the progressives' priorities and one of their 5 main pillars. However, it's not going to be the 12 weeks that they've requested. It will actually be cut down to just 4. This, according to reports, has already been established. We've already got agreement on this, but we still got to see the entire bill put together. And then if it's too expensive, we could see additional cuts. Could this drop down to 3 weeks? Yes, it could. Could this also be expanded even further into maybe 5 or 6 weeks? Yes, it could. The expectation is it will stick to 4 weeks though, but we will see. We know expanded Medicare is still being discussed. Here's what I want to provide you some information on this because I think this is very interesting. I think what we're seeing moving forward is moderates getting their way a little bit more than progressives, and we've kind of been seeing that over the past couple months as well. But the priority now for progressives, and this is, again, this is coming from them, is to ensure that Medicare gets expanded by adding dental, vision, and hearing. Those 3 things. They are saying that the reduction in age, go from 65 down to 60, that has been gone for about 2 months now. We haven't heard discussions on that because, well, there are none. They've already realized that they cannot include an additional 25 million people or 25 million people into the Medicare program just by lowering the age. That it's not feasible, or at least they say. We also know there's likely going to be massive cuts in affordable housing, in elder care, Medicare, and the Affordable Care Act. But here's something that I said yesterday, and I just said it, but I want to clarify this, okay? Because I did get a question on this yesterday. Why would they cut affordable housing? Why would they cut Medicare and the Affordable Care Act? Here's the thing. They are not cutting the existing programs. They're not cutting affordable housing at this time. What they are cutting and making cuts to is the proposed additional funding for these programs, these bills. That's where the cuts are coming in. So I wanted to just clarify that because I know I made a little bit of I confused some people. So hopefully that cleared that up. Here's one thing we're hearing from Democratic congressional aides though, is that the Biden administration, this is huge, this is big. They are trying to negotiate the Medicare provision between moderates and progressives and what the Biden administration has proposed. Okay, this is coming from the Biden administration. They are saying one possible plan is to provide vision, hearing, and dental, but to charge upper and middle class and the wealthy seniors, okay, charge them a higher premium for the next plan. Right now, vision, dental, and hearing are not included in Medicare, but what we are seeing is that too many moderates, mainly Joe Manchin, but too many moderates, oppose providing expanded Medicare to all people who qualify, simply because those that do not need the additional benefit because they can afford it should just go and get it. It will be on them. Now, reports indicate this would have more support in this bill versus having just expanded Medicare for all. Okay? So what we're seeing right now is the reports are indicating that means testing for Medicare will be included. But as to how it's included, as to what we're gonna see here, we don't know. That hasn't been cleared up. We don't have the details on that just yet. All we know is means testing from Joe Manchin will be for Medicare. It will be for elder care, child tax credit payments. We're gonna see means testing. So that's gonna be very interesting at this time because right now everything is just given away. Over the pandemic, if you needed to get rental assistance, you could self-attest that yes, you had a hardship. If you needed, let's say unemployment benefits, they were fairly easy to get. A lot of people were able to get them because they were expanded for self-employed workers, gig workers, freelancers. It made it very easy. So anybody could pretty much say, yeah, I've been doing this for years. Here's my income. I need some unemployment benefits, and that's exactly what happened. And so now Senator Joe Manchin and other moderates as well are saying, you know what? We've given away too much money. We need to rein it back a little bit, and this is how we're going to do it. So that's kind of what we're seeing at this time. Now, I want to address a couple questions. One of the questions that I keep receiving, and I understand why, is what about us on Social Security? What about us on SSDI, right? SSI, SSDI. What about veterans? Well, I want to get to that. Are we going to see a boost to Social Security in the upcoming bill? The answer to that is maybe, but the real answer is most likely no. Here's what I can tell you. The big boost that everybody keeps talking about, and I mean everybody, the media blowing this out of proportion. We're going to see a 5.9% cost of living adjustment for Social Security. Good news, right? Yes, it's good news. The problem is when we see inflation pretty much get to that point, the 5.9% cost of living adjustment does absolutely nothing. Okay? Yes, it's going to help a lot of people, but it's also going to push people up over that limit where they won't be able to get certain benefits because now they are paid too much. Their income is too high. That creates an issue. Some of these people are going to have to pay more for their premiums for Medicare, right? Their plan B, they're going to have to pay more. So that's going to eat into their cost of living adjustment. It's not just an additional 5.9% and everyone's all good and that's an additional $92 per month. That would be great. That's not the way it works though. but that is where the big benefit's coming from. Let's address the $200 per month boost that President Biden promised. Well, first of all, there's no discussions on this recently. According to multiple reports, the reason why there's no discussions on this is because at some point, the current administration wants to do something for Social Security reform. However, this wouldn't happen until after, new reports indicate this would happen after the 2022 midterms. So not anywhere in 2022, this would happen sometime in 2023. Experts say that there's too much divisiveness currently in the Senate, and in order to get anything passed, they would need more numbers in the Senate. So the other day I addressed how the Democrats would probably need about 55 senators, so it would be 55-45 split, in order to pass more legislation, because right now, even through a budget reconciliation, which just needs a simple majority of 51 votes, they don't have the numbers. So that's creating a big issue. And what about the $1,000 stimulus debit cards? Well, there's still discussions there, but this isn't for people on Social Security per se. This is for Medicare. Now, even though most people on Social Security will get Medicare, it isn't always right away. You got that 24-month kind of waiting period, right? So the purpose of the $1,000 stimulus debit cards was actually just to help the expanded benefits and help you pay for them. That's vision, dental, and hearing. So is this still being considered? Yes. But do we know if this is guaranteed? No, we do not know that. But this also comes down to, are we going to see means testing? If we do, and we see a possible up to $1,000 stimulus debit card, the means testing will probably be lowered. You will probably only be able to make X amount of dollars. But again, as soon as I know more information on that, I promise I'll fill you in on those details as well. But let's get into the COVID news. In the coming weeks, according to the Biden administration, a vaccine for 5 to 11-year-olds will be approved by the FDA. Now, when they say will be approved, it is most likely going to be approved. I believe they meet on October 26th, so in just 6 days. So again, as I know more information there, I promise I'll fill you in on that update as well. But the Biden administration is doing everything it can to ensure that clinics, hospitals, right, any vaccination site is ready for this. These will be smaller needles, okay? The doses can last, I believe, 10 to 12 weeks, which is good. There'll be around 28 million children who will be eligible for the shot. This is actually more than the 12 to 15-year-olds who actually there's only 17 million children there. So according to experts, they say this should be good. If more children get vaccinated, we could potentially get much closer to herd immunity. Also, some experts say that children are unlikely to actually get a severe disease. However, it's still a good idea for children to get vaccinated because children are more likely to transmit the COVID virus. So because of that, this would actually help them from spreading this on to one's parents and other loved ones. So that's what we know as of right now. Again, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share more. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you could and you enjoyed today's video, go ahead, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. Also, consider subscribing so I can keep you up to date on everything that is going on. So again, thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next one.